Hey guys, I'm Natalie, and today we're here at the Cheesecake Factory. Oh my God. The Cheesecake Factory serves more than 250 menu items, and somehow they're all made from scratch. This is where all the secret ingredients are. I'm going behind the scenes to see how the internet's most popular Cheesecake Factory dishes are prepared. Then I'll try them to see why people are so obsessed. This is not what you're expecting. Let's go. Hey guys.
Welcome into the Cheesecake Factory.
Thanks, Jay.
Here's where we have 600 different ingredients that composes our 250 different menu items.
Wow. I was already checking out all of the ingredients and seasonings up here. Most of them I haven't heard of, so I'm really excited to see what y'all have in store.
Well, you're gonna have a tasty experience today. I hope you're ready.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
We're gonna cook some pasta for our macaroni and cheese balls.
That's a lot of pasta.
That's just a small sample.
Do you feel like there is actually a secret to cooking pasta perfectly?
Perfectly salted pasta water. Do not ever cook pasta when the water's not a rolling boil.
Sounds good to me. Okay, so we've got a lot of cheese, and I love cheese.
If you love cheese, you're gonna love our macaroni and cheese balls because we're gonna take this fresh cheese and grate it for the macaroni and cheese base.
It's like a giant KitchenAid mixer.
It is.
Like what happened?
That's exactly right.
I'm a fan of a big bowl. I'm not a fan of washing it. Do you ever like sneak little bites? I would.
What do you have in here already? Fontina?
Oh, yeah.
Jack?
Cheddar.
Yeah.
Yum.
White.
Creamy, yeah. So this is fantastic because, as we all know, pre-grated cheese has that like dust on the outside,
That's right.
and it doesn't stay as like gooey.
The dust that you refer to on the outside of it thickens the sauce more than I would like.
Right.
You can't control the thickness of the sauce, right? With freshly grated cheese, you can control every bit of the texture and the flavors that we would like.
Perfect every time.
Yes. There's more than 42 ingredients in our mac and cheese base. So the base is cool. She's gonna roll a few. She's gonna bread them. And then I'm gonna ask you to glove up.
Okay.
And have you do one so you can get the experience as well. Is that okay?
I'm ready to party. Okay.
You're gonna get a nice scoop. Take that, flatten up.
Oh, flatten it out in here. Scoop it.
Scoop it. Roll it in the flour. It should be very delicate in your hand.
Yeah,
where it
it's like a
feels
little
gonna fall
cheese
apart,
baby.
right?
Giving it a little bath.
All that. We would like you to keep one hand dry, one hand wet.
Well,
late
you're
for that now?
asking too much. Here we go.
That is
it
great.
enough?
There you go. Beautiful.
This is gonna be the best one. Okay, so it looks like we're making some sauce.
It's our first step in making a creamy marinara sauce that accompanies our mac and cheese balls. We're gonna roast these Roma tomatoes. The creamy marinara sauce is made with 14 ingredients.
So nothing from a jar.
Oh no, made from scratch. You can temper things out, you can elevate sauce, you can elevate sweetness when you make it in-house, you know?
So this is literally a giant skillet.
Exactly. Skillet, stock pot, you can
I love it.
sear in there, you can boil, you can simmer. Now she's gonna peel a few tomatoes, drop 3 of them in there, and it will be done.
This is like its own perfume. Everything in here is like sized for a giant.
We're gonna burr mix this a little bit just to infuse all the flavors and get this to the right consistency.
Yum. I'm super excited about
Next
this.
up, we're gonna have our finished fried macaroni and cheese balls. I think we have the one that you rolled as well.
Oh, good.
You're starting to see that cheese ooze out of the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
That means it's perfectly heated. The exterior has this crispy, crunchy, cheesy shell.
I'm crying.
That looks beautiful.
I'm gonna go ahead and taste them right here. Look at that.
That's good. Gooey inside,
cheesy.
cheesy. Again.
No, you can't forget these.
There we go.
So what is one of the first things that employees here learn?
Our menu. We have like a 2-week class where we sit and we try all of the food.
Natalie, would you be able to memorize this whole menu?
No, I wouldn't do that. I can't memorize
What else can you
anything.
memorize?
Probably the Pledge of Allegiance. So I heard that the avocado egg rolls is the biggest seller here at Cheesecake Factory.
They're teeter from month to month with being either number 1 or number 2, fighting with the macaroni and cheese balls.
I get to see what the hype is all about.
There you go. We have some sun-dried tomatoes, some finely minced onion, some cilantro, some other seasonings in there, and then a little light special sauce that we like to put in it that gives our avocado egg rolls a little kick.
See you, Phil.
Oh, hot damn. That is insane.
You're getting one step closer to eating your first egg roll,
That's what I like to hear.
because we're gonna roll egg rolls now.
Hey,
There we go. You tuck in those shoulders. Beautiful, right there. Lay them down. Fold that one over the top. Roll tight and press. Not bad for your first one.
mine's not as good as hers.
Just hide it.
Just don't show people that one.
We're gonna fry some rice sticks for our avocado egg rolls. A little bed of loveliness for the avocado egg rolls to sit on.
This is so fun. I want to do this for my birthday party because it's almost my birthday. I'm going to be 27.
I'm 53.
Hell, wow, how?
I was born 53 years ago.
I would ask how old Cheesecake Factory is, but I did Google it.
Okay.
Like the good millennial I am. I don't remember the year, but I do remember it started in someone's house.
David's mom's basement.
And then they moved to LA.
Yep.
And they started the franchise,
They started selling cheesecakes to other restaurants.
which is crazy.
Yeah, nice light golden brown, crispy. These avocados should be nice.
Those are huge.
And hot inside. Presentation means a lot, you know, so.
So now we're finally getting to try the top appetizer sold at Cheesecake Factory. I knew the mix was good. When I heard it was the most popular, I never really understood it,
Yeah.
even though I love avocados. This is not what you're expecting. It's so good. I would not share. What is the weirdest request or customization that you have been asked while working here?
Probably when people order a peanut dish and they're allergic to peanuts. There is this lady that comes in, she's a regular, and she always likes to get the Thai lettuce wraps. It comes grilled, but she'll ask for it with no char. You know, you normally have like the char marks on the
She just
chicken.
wants some boiled chicken. We're not doing that. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how spicy is the spicy chipotle pasta?
I'm gonna say about a 5.
Okay.
But it's well balanced. It's not just spicy, it's sweet and spicy, so.
How many cooks working simultaneously in one night?
It could be upwards of 22, 7 in prep, about 15 on the
in
line.
here?
Yeah,
Absolutely not. I would fight people.
just trying to achieve some caramelization on here. This escabich spice,
Oh yeah.
has some
You gotta have color.
seasoning, some sugar.
I'm very impressed. There's so many fresh ingredients that go into each and every plate. I wasn't expecting that, but it makes sense because their food is so good. So this is a tomato base,
Yes.
and then we're gonna add the cream.
It needs to temper the spice as well, but also make this pasta really saucy, creamy, and delicious. Nice Parmesan cheese in there now. It's gonna add a little nuttiness, make it all clean, make it silky. Sliced cilantro that we were slicing on that. Nice job on the drain of that pasta, not letting it over drain. That was excellent. Perfect amount of sauce in there. That's picture perfect.
Gorgeous.
That made me happy.
Okay, so this is the spicy.
Chipotle chicken pasta. So that means every bite has to have a piece of chicken in it for you. It should be spicy, some sweetness hitting that. Those garlic shallots probably woke up a little bit and that cheese is rounding everything out.
That chicken is so tender. It's like a sweet heat. There's a little smokiness in there. It's creamy. That is good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how spicy is this for you now that you had it?
I would say a 3 or 4.
Yeah, okay,
I'm from Louisiana.
that makes sense.
I was born with like Tabasco sauce in my bottle. No, it's a good heat.
It builds also as you eat this.
Yeah, I would order this again. Have you guys ever counted your steps during a shift?
Yes.
And which one of you is winning with the most steps?
So he says he wins, but he doesn't. There's just no way.
I do.
My average is about 25,000 steps.
And I just walked 28,000 the other day.
On a Friday or Saturday night, we average like 25 to 30,000 steps.
30,000 steps. The last time I took 30,000 steps, it was at Disney World. Now, I love a meatloaf.
Well then, you're in for a treat because this is our meatloaf prep.
It smells fantastic.
We're softening the onions, peppers, and some mushrooms for our meatloaf right now.
So this is heavy cream?
It's evaporated milk.
Evaporated milk. And what is this?
That's our version of tomato glaze. Some people use ketchup, just solo ketchup. I think there's about 8 different ingredients in there to intensify the flavors a little bit more.
Sounds way better than my ketchup. What's this? The last sauce that he threw on?
That's a little secret ingredient that we have in there.
I'll get that later.
There's a couple of things that, in my opinion, makes our meatloaf special. And we just talked about the tomato glaze inside versus just a straight ketchup. But also, I think the way we mix our meatloaf by hand and make sure that it's not overly packed. See how he's gently folding that? You soften the
you're right.
breadcrumbs that way. You're trying to flavor this mixture. If you just left this in here now, added meat to it, now you really have to overly work the meat to get all the distribution of the ingredients evenly through the meat.
I think meatloaf gets a bad rap sometimes because people think it's like dry and dense, but they're just making it wrong.
Yeah.
This mixture right here looks so creamy to me. I can see where it would be moist, not as dense as maybe
right.
your grandmother's.
If you go a little more wet with the fat content of our meat, it'll fall apart. Our cooks have to be very diligent in measuring and weighing everything so so it's perfect. Because 1 ounce of liquid too much will make our meatloaf crumble and fall apart.
You've got this down to a science.
Yeah, in total, there's about 25 ingredients in our meatloaf. Wow. That's very uncommon at home, right?
Yeah.
Even I make meatloaf at home. I don't use 25
I'm
ingredients,
not pulling
right?
down 25 ingredients.
But we do at Cheesecake Factory to make it a little bit more special than everyone else's. We have a kicked up tomato glaze, we like to call it here. We're gonna lather that, stick that back in the oven, let it caramelize a little bit. The caramelization is gonna add a little intense flavor to this already. And now that's been long enough, let's check out the finished product. Beautifully glazed. That's gonna be delicious.
It smells amazing.
We're moving over to our mushroom gravy base made with 20 ingredients.
Yum. I didn't know we were getting a gravy on the meatloaf.
Flavors on top of flavors. It's a well-balanced act when it's done correctly. We're gonna start with our grilled onions.
I love a grilled onion.
Lightly sweetened, natural sugars from the onions come out, and we add a little turbinado sugar to that as well. That's salt and pepper mixed in there, and we're gonna cook these evenly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Perfectly caramelized.
So you go from a lot to very little, but
Yeah, it's like spinach.
the flavor intensifies greatly, right?
Awesome.
It adds a depth of flavor to the meatloaf and many other items that we use with our grilled onions. We have our meatloaf. It's still that excitement time. All of those ingredients, all those flavors, we're gonna get to heat in the meatloaf and we'll assemble the meatloaf.
Is it 3 slices to an
I want to
order?
do this one perfect and
You feed my whole family.
Yep.
Now I know why the temp is set to 65 degrees.
beautiful.
If I see mashed potatoes, I might start crying.
Creamy, lumpy, bumpy.
Oh my God. Do you ever sneak little snacks off the line?
I taste all day long to the point where I leave here and I don't think I should eat dinner. Yes.
That's why mom's never, I feel like you never see mom eating dinner because she's always taking bites all the way. Got some serious gravy. My
perfect.
meatloaf never
Nice
looks
job.
that good. Oh yeah. I didn't know meatloaf could be so beautiful.
That is famous. That's why. You're gonna make somebody really happy with that, my friend.
Here we go. That's like a hug on a plate. A big hug on a plate. This is great. It's so tender. It's got a little sweetness with all the tang.
Yeah.
I love it. I won't be making this at home. I'll just be buying it from Chef Jay. Here we have the iconic free bread. What is the most a table has ordered?
About 6. And the surprising thing is when they first came in, they said they were on a diet.
It's always the person on a diet.
Yes.
Everybody has their favorite loaf.
The brown bread, of course.
Yeah, same.
We're gonna work on some julienne carrots for our Thai lettuce wraps.
This is my favorite dish, by the way.
Is it really?
Yeah, this is what I order every time we have it at work. I order Thai lettuce wraps.
Over 80 ingredients to make this one dish, and we're gonna start by marinating our Thai chicken tenders.
Now, is there mustard in there?
There's no mustard in there. It's just the color of the curry.
Interesting.
The tenders are marinated in a little coconut milk, a little curry. It helps tenderize the meat as well, but also infuses a ton of flavor in it.
Jay, what would you say is one ingredient that you go through the most here at Cheesecake Factory?
That's very easy, because if we were not the Cheesecake Factory, we would be the Chicken Cake Factory. We sell, we go through about 2,000 pounds of chicken a week.
Wow.
Tenders to breast, and tenders being the most used. We have a new dish on our menu, pickle fries, and that surprised me. We use about 100 pounds of those a week. Our next addition will be our Thai coconut curry noodles. So a little coconut milk, little curry, same ingredients that went on the chicken. We're gonna flavor these noodles with. It provides a nice texture also, that little chew in there, right?
It reminds me of like sweet coconut rice.
That's right.
With some stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so next we're gonna mix our Bangkok marinade together.
So it looks like you've got some garlic, some ginger, some other special things in here.
We do.
You got a heat,
So-
sweet.
Little bit of heat, more sweet. So sweet from the coconuts, sweet from a couple of sweeteners that we add in here, honey being one.
All I know is it's perfectly balanced.
It is very nice.
This is where all the secret ingredients are. It's back. Now I could just drink it with a straw.
Yummy.
That's a 10 out of 10, easily.
Okay, Natalie, so we showed you some of our prep recipes. We're gonna put it all together now.
This is making me really happy. This is what I love about food is all the bright colors.
Try to time this perfectly where everything stays ice cold and have that chicken come off the grill and it's nice and hot.
So during peak rush hours, about how many tickets are firing at once?
Maybe 50 tickets on the line at one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got the noodles, the cucumbers, those carrots, And those little sprouts, is that what I call them?
Bean sprouts, yes.
It's like having a salad without feeling like you're having a salad.
That's right. These are really
Yeah.
fun handhelds that you can eat.
It's a fun salad.
Fun and delicious at the same time is always good.
They're like little bikini tops.
Sweet red chili dipping sauce,
That's the good one. And that green.
tamarind cashew, and spicy peanut.
You've got layers on layers.
Which sauce is your favorite?
The green.
The green, tamarind cashew.
Yeah.
The sweet red chili dipping sauce is mine.
It's good.
I have never had that anywhere else. Our final dish, which I understand is your favorite.
Yes. Let me show you how to properly make a Thai lettuce wrap.
Nice technique.
I like to go ahead and dip the cucumbers in there, a little bit of sprouts, my favorite sauce, a little fresh cilantro. Tell me that doesn't look good. Dude,
That's it?
I could cry. I've been thinking about this for weeks. It's the curry, it's the sweetness, it's the heat, it's the fresh cilantro, the nutty sauce. The best thing is that it's fresh.
Restaurant's opening. I got to get back there.
This is where we part.
This is where we part.
It's really sad.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you as
I've
well.
had so much fun. And what would a trip to Cheesecake Factory be without a little dessert? Let's get some to go. Cheesecake secured. It's a little secret between me and you. I don't even like cheesecake. This is a dream. It's light and fluffy. It's not too heavy, not too dense. And there's a nice balance of salty and sweet, which I really like. Oh, and there's cake on the bottom. I actually think Cheesecake Factory has converted me to a cheesecake lover. Hey, girl.
Well, hey, what you doing?
I'm just eating some cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory in my car.
Because everything tastes better in the car.
100%.
Well, please bring me some back. It's the least you could do.
You got it.